from the future. This territory I'm used to. There's nothing new, I remember you, unforgettable. I remember you, I remember you. From memories from the future, memories from the future.
Welcome to AI on AI, Artificial Intelligence on African Islands. My name is Tebogo, aka Commander. Vandaag is a special one. We're going to discuss the South African Artificial Intelligence National Plan. Let me give you a backstory. The PCIR, which is the Presidential Commission for Industrial Revolution, inspired the Department of Communication and Digital Technology to start the South African Artificial Intelligence Association. Also, you have the Department of Science and Innovation, which started CAIR, which is the Center of Artificial Intelligence Research, right? Mr. Alfred from this Department of Communication and Digital Technology, did the discussion PDF type thing, where he's discussing the plan, right? So what inspired this was the Microsoft AI talk. Then we went to the government was there, shared their thoughts. So I want to see from 2023, which is the date of this document, to 2025, which we went to the AI talk in Sandton, 2025. Are they still singing the same tune? Have they changed the plan? Are they going in a different direction? And I want us during the discussion to share our thoughts. Are they on track? Is what they planned 2 years ago happening? Are we seeing things, right? So that we can hold them accountable or assist as the community wherever we can. So the book is divided into 3 sections. Just want to give you an overview. Section A, Artificial Intelligence on a global scale. Section B, narrowing it down to the landscape of South Africa. The last section, based in South Africa, obviously, but it has timelines. This is what we want to do. This is when we want to do it. Are we on time? Okay, so yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the document. The AI National Government Summit Summary. So remember, this is just a summary based on my understanding, and I encourage everybody to go read the whole discussion document, right? So what's important is that it's not just the plan, but it's implementation and execution. So we need to see if what we have in theory, are we applying it very well? Okay. So this is how the document looks. We touched on this. I'm not going to touch on this. The DCDT started the SAAIA. The Department of Science and Innovation started the CAIR in 2011. Did an overview, section A, B, and C. So we've touched on what the plan of the document is, right? I want to get into section A. So section A, we said that we're going to focus on AI on a global scale, right? So remember, it's not just about moving with tech. It's about power. As you can see, like what's already happening, ChatGPT versus DeepSeek. It's similar to the who's gonna go to the moon first type of war. So also your Google versus Huawei or however you pronounce it. So global concerns are AI and how it affects politics, how it affects how it affects the economy and security, like the military. How will it be used? Will it be used for surveillance? Will it be used for cybersecurity, autonomous weapon? So we need to know where we fit and are we safe? We saw what just happened with our soldiers with DRC. So yeah, these are things to consider. So here's an overview of the existing research to date, right? So this is according to the document, and it's divided in by country. So the rows are countries. The columns are its impact on employment, impact on productivity, the societal impact, and the risk. So the biggest problem or concern is that we have limited research about this new emerging technology, right? Let me focus on South Africa, for instance. The impact on productivity is limited. On society, it's limited. The risks that we might have to face are limited. What we've been focusing on is its impact on employment. So reports such as The Future of Work in South Africa by McKinsey and Co. 2019 touches on that. But I think that's the biggest concern. So you just saw in the previous slides that we have a Center of Artificial Intelligence Research. So we need to hold them accountable, maybe organize a chat with somebody um, from that center. And instead of just making assumptions, ask them how far they are. Maybe this report doesn't reflect what they report on their side, right? But also know if they're facing any challenges, and us as the community, how can we assist or contribute, right? Yeah, the biggest concern, jobs. So jobs are the biggest concern. According to the IMF studies, 40% will be exposed. That's about 9.7 million out of 24.2 of the workforce. So there are benefits, right? In the healthcare, the education sector, the finance sector, which is gonna boost um, efficiency. But the challenges is the job losses. So sectors like your call centers, retail, where automation might take over is the biggest concern. So there needs to be a plan on what happens during the transition. Do you upskill the people that held those jobs to work hand in hand with the machine or your AI? So maybe those are things to consider. Let's look at the concerns, right? How do we use data as a meaningful development tool? Secondly, digital skills and job impact. Employment, we just touched on it. So how do we have plans around that? So number three, global bodies formation and approaches on AI. So the formation of bodies like your South African Artificial Intelligence Association, we see that happening. The ethical use of AI, so ethics, very huge. What are the rules that are gonna surround this? Like especially when you generate stuff. Uh, what is punishment? What is punishable? And what's like concerns? Because I'm thinking if you start a virtual world and you live in that world, you could have all types of things. Like if you're in a game, you can murder, you can. So maybe certain rules on how do we govern that? Remember, ChatGPT when it was starting was racist and they had to implement. So there needs to be rules and regulations for that. Funding and investment, how do you channel whether it's local, global investment towards the right places, which is the last point, AI startups and new emerging businesses like us. How does the government assist in such? So maybe those are the plans that they are considering and need to think of. So in conclusion of Section A, the national plan is dependent on these pillars. I won't go through all of them, but you need to boost AI in the government, economy, and digital section through research and development and the legal environment. Uh, Public skilling courses, raising AI concerns. We want to get deep into some of these because we have things like your Microsoft AI tours, which the government was there during the tour. They made a pledge of about 1 million jobs, upskilling people. We'll get into that. Collaborating with private sectors, academia, civil societies. Is there a need for a separate legislation regime that will demonstrate the importance of this AI and how it should be governed? So that's section A, and let's take a breather. I'll be back for section B. Section A is global. Section B, we're narrowing it down to South Africa's landscape and issues that concern South Africa with these global wars, right? So we need to focus on what it is we're struggling with because of we're not all on the same levels, right? So we need to understand AI from South Africa's context. We need to know that we already have a high unemployment rate, and that's just in comparison to the world. So how is this new thing coming gonna help us in that regard, or is it gonna worsen the situation? So we need to have a balance, right? And adopting AI to address and reduce absenteeism. You know yourselves, on a Monday where you're not there, the government wants to know how they can use AI to catch you. So from the Presidential Commission of the Fourth Industrial Revolution, there were 10 national features that need to be understood. Well, not 10, but they focused more on the 10. There are others, right? Service delivery, which I'll come back to that. But preparation through experimentation, that's trial and error, private sector capabilities, how do we work together with the private sector? Technological clarity and commitment, we must understand this thing, must be clear with how does it work, the models, the data, so the APIs, all of those things. Government as an organizing player, human capital development, yeah, that's upskilling, and then the regulations and the ethics, which is a big part of this document. Service delivery, for example, there's this new method where you want to do an ID or a passport, you have to make a booking first, and the wait time is crazy, or like a month, depending on where you are. So I understand the first concern was that maybe they're overcrowded. You'd go there in the AMs, be a long queue, and now you have to make a booking and wait this long. You can't wait that long to have an ID, something that you need. And a lot of the times you realize that you need it now, and matriculants are having struggles having to write. You have a business trip or an opportunity to go to the States or wherever overseas, you have to wait a certain period. So it must be revisited. And maybe AI can assist in that or increase the workforce. Because even when you go to these departments, you realize that there's so much room to fit in other people. So yeah, that needs to be looked at. But it's there. Service delivery, right? So with AI, there's two flavors: applied AI, generative AI. So applied AI, so that could involve your automated manufacturing, your fraud detection, these self-checkout machines that we are seeing, right, on these apps. But it's mostly used by business to automate their systems and make it easier, right? And then the big problem is the generative one, where your big LLMs like your ChatGPTs can generate ideas, they can reason, you can create pictures, you can generate pictures, sound, music, deep fakes. So how is that gonna affect us? You can make a video now of the president making an announcement and not even tell the difference. So how do we govern that and move around that because of there's already misinformation. Imagine with those capabilities, what's gonna happen? So is SA ready for that? So state consideration. AI is expected to reduce cost and increase productivity. But within that, we need to still make sure that we promote stability. We're protecting the consumers. If that has been taken, how is it used? You know, there's this back end thing of selling certain information. So how is that gonna be used? And maybe the existing laws may need to be revisited, and maybe this could also assist in better governance, especially centralization. These things of because you reside there, you can't open a case where you must have a system where all of these things are there so that the end user, being us, people living in South Africa, find better service, not all of these things having to travel because of data in that court is not data in this court. So maybe that might come in assistance also. So, in conclusion, these are the points. But in summary, we need to be part of the global world. We need to assist people to adapt to the changing world. It shouldn't just hit us unexpectedly, and there's a high risk of job loss. There's a high amount of job loss. You know, we need to transition and adapt, and all of those things. Contribute to rules and regulations, not just in SA but Africa. Need to attract investment, both local and global. We saw the Microsoft AI tour, the government was there, so maybe they're working together. They promised about 1 million people will be upskilled. Hopefully, they'll get jobs too. So we're on the right track. but we also need to nurture talent, find researchers. We saw from there that there's limited research, so we need to spark um, hunger, interest. What is this AI? How does it affect me? Not just in these closed rooms. We need to go to Santin and mingle around in our suits. No. We need to come back in the township, rural areas. We need to have conversations, whether it's in sub A, grade B, they need to have usual conversations about this so that everybody's involved, because of you'd find that we'll make decisions up there, but the most people that are going to feel it are the people where the call centers, the retail. So we need to make sure that everybody is involved, everybody has their two piece, and hopefully we'll move in the right direction. That's it for section B. Rabakena section C. We are doing this thing. Kancane, kancane, biki, biki. Okay, so now we are moving to section C, right? So section C, still on the South African landscape, but now we want targets, we want dates, we want processes, to know, okay, if these are the plan, how is it gonna go, so that we can come back and measure, or are we on the right track. So this is how it looks like, but we'll come back to it on the later slides. So there's 4 priorities, right? The AI predictive maintenance ability, its diagnostic ability, the analytical model and abilities. That's a mistake there. Automated service delivery channels. So, for instance, the diagnostic one, there's certain countries in Africa where AI is being used to predict floods, and we had an issue in KZN. So, what are we waiting for? If we had systems like that, we could have avoided so much loss, lives, businesses that affected people. So we need to really, really consider how these things are important. The major initiatives, right? So number 1 is launching AI institutes. We are seeing that. We have the South African Artificial Intelligence Association, right? And their plan again is to have events, right? So there's AI Expos. There's one in December. Check out the website, man. AI.co.za. Go to events. You'll see it there. I think tickets are opening soon. Around March. Yeah, but it has different prices, right? So if it opens in March and the event is in October, yeah, I just know that you need to act now. I need to grab it. Data structures. We need to know where this data will be stored, and whether or not it will be safe, right? Now, defining South Africa's national plan. Number 1, the AI agenda. This is what we're talking about. What is it that we prioritize, right? What is the plan of action? We're discussing that now. Investing in AI skills and education. That's upskilling. We need to think of what is it that we can do, which programs we can do. The Microsoft AI one, I pulled back to it because of it's the one that inspired this video, right? If you go to ALX, there's a module there that I did, Artificial Intelligence and Career Essentials. It's only 6 weeks, but very important because of it helps, especially if you're into these admin sector. It helps you how to apply artificial intelligence in your daily work so that you boost your efficiency and how fast you can work. So check that out too. Number 3, how do we mitigate the workforce impact? We touched on that. So there needs to be plans for when this thing comes. What's going to happen to the already unemployment that's already high? Do we have plans for that? Stimulating AI growth. Okay. So now we need to position AI as a key driver for future labor demand. So we need to see how it affects all of these sectors. For education, the AI-driven tutor, how can we apply that without the teachers feeling it? Because of you look at what's happening now, the world is learning at a faster rate. That's why kids are going to school Monday to Sunday, SIPs go weekend. My little nephew goes to school Monday to Sunday because the schedule that they're given and the rate at which I think teachers can teach is no longer enough. So how do we make learning easier? I started a course in the International University of Applied Science in Germany. We're doing it online. When you register a module there, the module has everything inside. You have a textbook there, you can highlight, you can do whatever. But another one, you have an AI bot that is fed information regarding that. So when you come in, it starts talking to you. I can't wait for us to discuss system engineering principles. Tell me what it is you know. Maybe gives you a set of problems so that it can measure, oh, okay, this is where you lack, this is what you know. Okay. Then as you go, you find something that you don't understand in the textbook. You don't have to go call a friend. The bot is just here. You ask. So learning becomes faster. That coupled with what the teachers are going to provide, I think might make a difference. Healthcare, faster diagnostics. Yeah, how do you diagnose things? Predictive medicine. If you go to a community here, like clinic, 4 a.m., there's already a queue outside of people who are sick. They need to be attended 4 a.m. because of the queue, how the admin works. So how do we, maybe not only as the government plans, but as a society, how do we mitigate that? Because I, I don't understand how you can be sick and go stand. Imagine an old lady. So that's concerning. Smarter public services for the government, mobility, AI-powered traffic management. It's countries where the traffic lights, the roads that you see, they can see what's happening and reason and take decisions. Okay, maybe let's let this road be open for longer because of we see that there's a traffic congestion at that intersection, communicating with each other. But what happens to the traffic officer that was directing the traffic? So those are the things that we need to balance when we implement this. How do we balance whatever was in place before it? Okay, so these are the targets and there's numbers to it, so that's good. So by 2030, South Africa aims to train 30% of the workforce that must be AI. They must be literate in AI, right? And they are planning to develop 20,000 AI specialists, 5,000 AI experts, probably be there. Establish 100 to 300 AI startups, secure 70 billion in AI investment, and rank top 20 globally in AI research. We already saw that report says we are behind and have limited research. So we need to up our game and find strategies to gather this information using AI to gather information, right? So these all sound impressive, but we need to check, are we on the right track? The last 2 years, are we seeing an increase in AI startups? Are we seeing an increase in conversations? And will we meet those deadlines by 2030 with the time that's left? Are we on the right track? Are we moving up line? Okay, so why AI adoption matters in SA? So national transformation, we need to make sure that whatever it is we're doing still aligns with the National Development Plan 2030, right? And the strategy for the fourth industrial revolution. Economic, we need to drive inclusivity. That's why in the whole, going to the rural areas, on the 27th of Feb, partnered up with African Tlokomele. We're going to do an job readiness with AI. Just teach people what is AI, how can you apply it to your CVs, what is the ATS system, cover letters, how can you use it to prepare for interviews. So we need to make sure that it's included. Like I said, it's not just for certain events, we need to pay a certain amount, go to the expo, then have conversations because of focus on business because money surrounds that. But we need to go to schools, we need to go to community halls, we need to, even if it's just conversations, if maybe there aren't any resources, just conversations, hear what the people think, hear if there are any misconceptions, and address those. Social impact, we need to be ready for how AI will affect the workforce. We've discussed that whole strategic dimensions for AI success. Okay, I think these are the measurements of success. So policy and regulations. Do we have robust AI legislation and ethical guidelines? Generative skills. We need to revamp education. Right? We just discussed it. The IU has boards that they're using. So we need to score. We need to incorporate those in our systems or curriculums or whatever the teachers would better. Right? And investment. How do we mobilize government, local, and foreign investment to the right channels? Research and innovation. We just touched on that. How do we help the Center of Artificial Intelligence? What's the R for? Yes, that one. How do we help them out and where we can contribute? What challenges are they facing? And maybe we need to have more common conversations with them, right, to know where we're at. And data and the AI ecosystem, yeah, we talked about this, the architecture, where the structures will be, will they be safe, your cyber securities, those will be the measurement of success. So here's that thing that we skipped at the first slide, right? It's the implementation phases. So 2023, 2 years back, developed a strategy and detailed the initiative streams. That's when this discussion document was made. Last year, 2024, we need to test initiatives and assess efficiency and effectiveness. So we need to launch AI skills generation infrastructures, upgrades, and pilot projects. Did that happen last year? You can tell me in the comment sections. Expand execution. We need to roll out AI applications across key sectors and build AI hubs. That's this year. So we need to see more hubs. We need to see more discussions. People Saturdays going to have these events, mini events, mini AI expos. Then 2026, I think it's accelerating everything that we've been doing. So scale successful initiatives, drive continuous innovation, and refine governance. So here are the AI institutes, so your South African Artificial Intelligence Associations. These institutes need to act as coordinators, facilitators, and be part of the policy setting body, right? They need to partner up with academic institutions, your UJs, your TBTs. We need to have AI hubs, which are responsible for innovative centers, responsible for developing localized AI solutions. Things I've been mentioning, things that we are experiencing with our departments of home affairs, our clinics, the education system, people going to school Monday to Monday. We need to address our localized problems with localized AI solution. Engagement strategy, establish an AI advisory council and quarterly reporting mechanism, self-explanatory. So this is the data architecture and infrastructure. So data is the new oil, right? So how do we store it? How do we process it? How do we manage it? That's very, very important. And the upgrades that needs to happen. Investment in 5G, AI systems, making sure that the cyber security is tight. Very, very important. And scalability upgrade, legacy IT systems. Yeah, I think we're about to close. So here are the timelines and the milestones, right? Short term, which is immediately, that's 2023 up until 2025. That's now. Memories from the future. Launch foundational AI skills initiatives and pilot projects. We need to set up the AI institutes. Done. Need to secure seed funding. Leave the comments and upgrade critical infrastructure. The midterm goals, timelines, milestones. We need to expand AI application across all sectors: education, healthcare, energy mobility. We touched on these. We need to enhance investment and technical training. The long term, establish hyperscale data centers, cement South Africa's position among global leaders. We said we're going to be part of the top 20. We shall see. So, in conclusion, this was a breakdown of the document. It's just my understanding. Please follow the link, go read the document if you want in depth of their plans, right? We just touched summary. Hopefully it sparks an engagement. Come leave your comments if you read the document, you disagree with anything I said, did I misinterpret anything? Leave a comment, let's have a discussion, right? Are we on the right track? What is it that we can help? Are there challenges that we need to address that maybe I didn't mention. What's going on in your community? How do you see AI affecting you in those communities? Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, do the right thing. My name is Island, Mr. AI on AI. Thank you so much, young man. Peace.
Memories from the future. This territory I'm used to. There's nothing new. I remember you, unforgettable. I remember you, I remember you. From memories from the future, memories from the future. This territory I'm used to. There's nothing new. I remember you, unforgettable. I remember you, I remember you. Hallelujah. I fought past this path in the past. It all goes round and round in circles. Love triangles pass from father to son, then son to grandson. I feel like time is a river that I swam through.